Don't mistake fear for strength. Look at the modern man who has checked off all the boxes. He has built the body, secured a successful career, and sharpened his mind. But if you look beneath the surface, he hasn't built a kingdom. He has built a fortress, and he is the only prisoner inside it. Modern society teaches young men to kill their lover archetype early. We are told that to survive an indifferent economy and a hyper-transactional culture, we must harden our hearts. We trade our vulnerability for a suit of armor, believing that feeling nothing makes us real men. But a man who cannot feel is a man who cannot truly live. You haven't protected yourself from pain. You have simply locked yourself in a sensory deprivation chamber. It is time to melt the ice. When we speak of the lover archetype, we are not talking about fleeting romance, naive sentimentality, or being a helpless pushover. We are talking about the psychological architecture of presence, connection, and passion for life. Historically linked to the vibrant atmosphere of Venus, the conductive warmth of copper, and the card suit of hearts, this energy represents the capacity to experience life directly without a filter. The man who embodies a healthy lover aspect is the artist translating struggle into anthem, the husband who enhances the pair, the therapist guiding a man out of darkness, and the brother who stands shoulder to shoulder with you in absolute sincerity. The lover is the archetype that allows you to see the world not as a series of cold calculations, but as a landscape of meaning. He does not acquire people, he honors them. He doesn't seek validation, because his presence is already self-contained. To be open, to appreciate beauty, and to remain vulnerable in a broken world requires a rare, dangerous kind of courage. Different from the courage of our warrior aspect, which is needed to protect what you value. The lover's courage is about having the hope that sharing what's in your heart with someone will strengthen the connection and be reciprocated. For example, this could be sharing a hard truth with a friend, or the bravery to confess your love for someone. This is why the lover is such a challenge to express. And when a man's internal lover fractures, his capacity for deep connection warps into two destructive extremes, its shadow poles. On one side lies the active shadow, the addict. This is the man who is entirely ruled by his appetites. He searches for connection but settles for consumption. He is perpetually chasing the next high, the next validation, the next hit of dopamine from a screen or a superficial encounter. Because he lacks the structure of the other pillars, his passion becomes a scattered, chaotic fire that burns everything it touches. He uses people as objects to fill his own bottomless internal void. On the other side lies the passive shadow, the impotent. This is the man who is completely disconnected from his emotional core. Paralyzed by the fear of rejection or heartbreak, he shuts down his capacity to feel. He becomes a stone statue, physically present but emotionally dead. He cannot appreciate art, he cannot share joy, and he cannot look his brother or his partner in the eye with genuine warmth. He claims he is stoic, but he is actually just terrified. Both paths lead to ruin. One destroys himself through chaotic overconsumption. The other slow cooks in a prison of his own isolation. You must understand that the lover is the connecting thread that gives your entire masculine council a reason to exist. Without him, the rest of your aspects curdle into poison. When the king integrates the lover, he stops being a bureaucrat and becomes a true father to his people, ruling with empathy and justice. When the warrior integrates the lover, he stops being a mindless mercenary. He no longer fights because he hates what is in front of him. He fights to preserve what he loves behind him. And when the wizard integrates the lover, his technical mastery is rescued from cold, cynical isolation. His blueprints and data are transformed into works of functional beauty that elevate human life. The lover gives you your why. Without him, you are just a well-oiled machine running out of fuel in the dark. How do we cultivate the lover in a world that profits off your isolation? First, practice uncompromised presence. For at least 1 hour a day, put down the digital buffer. Look directly at the people you are speaking to. Listen not to formulate a reply, but to completely understand. Be fully in your environment without needing to win, gain, or transact anything. Second, reconnect with beauty. Break the monotony of mere consumption. Read a challenging text, listen to a complex piece of music, or step out into raw nature. Force your mind to appreciate craftsmanship and life that cannot be quantified by a spreadsheet. Third, lower the armor with intent. True strength is knowing you have a sword and shield, but having the courage to set them down when standing among your brothers. Speak with absolute candor and integrity. Stop playing it cool, stop hiding behind irony, and say what you actually mean. The modern world wants you hardened, isolated, cynical, and easy to manipulate. We reject that frozen state. Bring your heart back into the fight, reclaim your passion, join the brotherhood, take up the compass, and step onto the path to become the sovereign, the divine man. See you on the path, brothers.